It's pretty incredible, the technology that they're coming out with now, and what it does for us as bass fishermen, and truly how much more efficient it makes us at our job. You still have to catch the fish. None of this stuff by itself will put fish in the boat, but it does make us waste a lot less time out there on the water and know that we're putting our bait in front of fish more often than we're not. So. Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage. We are here and I'm pretty excited to show you something that I think is a really cool new product. Something that has just come out, and I don't know if I'm supposed to call it, to be honest, Minn Kota or Humminbird. I think it's actually kind of a cross-branded product, but this is called the Mega Live Target Lock is what this is. And it is a separate system that goes on your Minn Kota trolling motor to work your Mega Live, okay? So it's got a bracket, attaches it to the bottom of my Ultrex. I've got my 360 on the other side. Now my Mega Live goes on this separate pole, and there are so many different things that you can do with it. It's really, really incredible. It's called Target Lock. So what does that mean? You know, what does that mean specifically? The easiest part to think about, okay, so consider this. So you're fishing along. You see something on 360, or you see something on your Mega Live screen. You're able to scroll over to whatever that is. You know, if it's a stump, if it's a brush pile, if it's a rock pile, whatever it is. You see it on 360, you see it on live. With your units linked together, with your Target Lock linked in with that system as well, you scroll over to it, you press Target Lock here. It will lock in on that item, whatever it is, and regardless of where the boat goes or how the boat spins, it's always going to keep that on the screen out to whatever your range is. So if I've got my range set at 80 feet, as long as I keep the boat within 80 feet, I can literally fish a donut around that. I can fish 360 degrees around that stump. And this is always going to keep my Mega Live pointed and locked in on that particular target. It's truly incredible. The big thing with that is being able, you know, to fish around and find those targets, whether it's 360 or with your live, and then being able to, regardless of the wind, as soon as I see it on the screen, man, I can hit spot lock on my Ultrex, I can hit target lock on that Mega Live Target Lock, and be able to just lock in on that item. It doesn't matter what the boat does at that point. I'm always keeping it on the screen. I can get my bait to it. I can get everything that I need to in there and catch the fish that are off of that piece of cover. It's really, really incredible stuff. Two things that I'm going to use a lot with this going forward. Target Lock is obviously one of them. That's the namesake trait of this product. That's going to be something that I use, you know, day in and day out, every single day. I'm going to see that. I'm going to hit the button on this little foot control to lock in on that target. Boom, I'm going to hit that button. It's going to stay there. It's going to keep that on the screen. The other one is this button down here. That goes from Target Lock mode to Minn Kota steer mode. So Minn Kota steer mode makes it to where when I turn the foot pedal, my Mega Live turns as well. It's essentially like it's on the foot pedal. It has just a very, very slight delay, but it stays right with your foot pedal. Wherever you're pointing, it's pointing just like it traditionally has been. So that way, if you're out there, especially on a really calm day, you're able to pan around with your trolling motor, look for different stuff. You see something on 360, boom, you just point over to it, look at it. If there's a fish there, obviously you're going to fish for it. Maybe you hit Target Lock, maybe you don't. But you see that, you're able to pan over to it, fish it, and then you can just go back to sweeping with the trolling motor. There's other features on here that I don't have all the equipment set up for, like a heading sensor, that, you know, other things that I could do with this Target Lock. But those two right there for me, man, I'm so excited about how easy it's going to make it, you know, truly for anybody with live sonar. It's going to make it a super simple deal. But the last couple things on this foot pedal, it's got just the standard buttons here to turn that, and so you can work that independently. You know, if you pull up and you spot lock on something, you've looked at something, you know, and you just want to scan around the area and just kind of, you know, look at different stuff around the boat. You're able to do that just with those buttons turning each way. A neat thing that they put into the software on these buttons, so when you first push it, it's going to slowly start going, and then it's going to speed up as it goes the longer that you hold that button. So that way, if you're wanting to make just a little small adjustment, you can do that. But if you're wanting to spin it halfway around the boat, 180 degrees, you hold it down and it's really going to speed up the longer that you hold that. So that's a really neat feature that they put into the software on that Target Lock if you're using it fully independently just off of that remote to look around back and forth. So, man, Target Lock, Minn Kota steer, those are a couple of things that are really going to set this dude apart. It's pretty incredible the technology that they're coming out with now, and what it does for us as bass fishermen, and truly how much more efficient it makes us at our job. You still have to catch the fish. None of this stuff by itself will put fish in the boat, but it does make us waste a lot less time out there on the water and know that we're putting our bait in front of fish more often than we're not. So be sure to check this out. You know, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out on it. You're going to learn a lot about it. I'm still going to learn a lot about it. I've had very little time with this in the water myself yet. I've still got a lot of learning to do with it, but I sure am excited about everything it's going to do. So be sure you check it out.